All right, we're gonna cook some breakfast. We've got some eggs and egg whites. And we're also gonna have some yogurt. One of the things that I do is I measure out my egg whites and I measure out my yogurt. Just turn the stove on. I'm going to measure out. Just get a little measuring glass. It doesn't really matter what we use. I'm just going to turn it on. So I've always loved eggs. And as I started to really try to narrow in on a set number of grams for fat, protein, and carb, I found it really hard to keep the fat within the allotment. And it's not so much that too much is bad, or even that too many eggs is the culprit. We just really try to buy. We try to stay frugal with our money, and so one of the ways that we do that is by buying whatever kind of meat that is on sale. And at least out here, one of the things that's on sale a lot is pork. So we buy a lot of pork roast, which we'll just put in the crock pot and slow roast over hours. And then we've got meat ready for the week for all 6 of us, and we can prepare that in a bunch of different ways. Make nachos or tacos, or any number of things. And so if we're going to have that fattier meat, what's another way we can try to be more efficient with fat consumption? And that was eating less eggs. And so to still get what I want out of my intake and my breakfast, I found egg whites. Not terribly expensive, especially at Costco. Real straightforward. Here for 3 tablespoons or 46 grams, you're looking at 25 calories and 5 grams of protein. So that's 20% of what you're consuming is protein. So that's a pretty good ratio. Just quick math. I'll just pour those there, crack a couple eggs, and I like to cover it. I'll put some salt and pepper in there, but then I'm going to cover it. I've just got a pot, a lid from a pot, put some pepper and some salt. Just keep the grinders here close to the cooking surface. And I've got this just under medium heat just under. And I try to let that heat stay in there, and it will cook without overcooking the yolk. And then while this is going, I'll start getting my yogurt ready. Yeah, I never used to like yogurt. Yogurt and me were not friends. But again, it was, hey, I'm not eating enough protein. Like that, and I really like ice cream. And ice cream's not bad. But I found that I could get the same feel or the same satisfaction from eating yogurt, especially as like a dessert. Not all the time, but sometimes, instead of ice cream. And so instead of having ice cream, I don't know, say 5 times a week, I have ice cream 3 times a week. And then the other 2 or the other 3, I'm only getting high protein dessert. So again, this is breakfast, and in figuring this out and toying with it, different percentages or different weights, different measurements, and with different things, I like consistency, and this is just real flat one consistency. It's plain Greek yogurt, so there's not a lot of flavor to it. I used to add like just an ounce of chocolate chips, but it's like, man, again, the fat content or the carb content, it was making it hard to repeatably hit the numbers I wanted to hit. And so I found rice cakes, which still give me a little bit of a flavor and a crunch, so they break up that consistency. They give me that added consistency. And so it really, really works out. So every morning, I have some coffee, I have a bowl of yogurt, and I have a couple eggs with some added egg whites. I just check this. Usually it's about right. And what I might do is just kind of scrape the edges, let the air out from underneath. That's been pushed underneath that surface. Kind of just flip over to get on the one side. And again, I like mine a little runny. So this was about 350 on grams for yogurt, 2 eggs, and about 360 grams of yogurt with a rice cake. That'll give me about 70 grams of protein.